Hello, namaste everyone. I hope you guys are doing great. Today's video is for Scorpio zodiac signs. So if you are a Scorpio ascendant or a Scorpio moon, now this video is for you for your Rahu and Ketu's transit 2025 till 2026. Okay, so before we move ahead, don't forget to subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon below so that you get regular updates. Also, if you would like to have your personal readings from me, you can check out the link in the description box www.anmollastrology.com. Under the readings and unique reading section, you can book a personal reading for yourself. Also, if you would like to have your personal courses, you can go to the courses section and learn astrology online from me. Okay, so let's get started with this particular video. So first of all, I'm going to mention the links for Rahu's transit in the sign of Aquarius and Ketu's transit in the sign of Pisces, introductory videos, and also the Muhurat chart video. The Muhurta chart of which is going to tell you the theme of this particular transit. Okay, so you can watch those three videos first and then dive into this video so as to get better details that how it is going to affect you personally. Okay, so let's get started. Before we go into the explanation through chart, we must know that Rahu is transiting in the fourth house for Scorpio ascendants. Or if you see that from your Chandra chart, it is going to go fourth from your moon. And Ketu is going to go into the 10th house. Now, this axis is extremely important for you because this axis or this transit is happening in one of the most important houses in astrology, the house that is the foundation of your life, the foundation of you, right? Not only that, the transit of Rahu and Ketu is the most important and the priority transit you should know about. Even more than Saturn, even more than Jupiter, I think it's Rahu and Ketu because Rahu and Ketu always work in a loop. They get together with two houses, between two houses. They make you juggle between those two houses. They make you work between those two houses. So whole of your 18 months are going to surround around those two houses. It's like you are paying off the maximum amount of karma with those two houses. So now the two most important houses of your life, which is your home, which is your home environment, your stability in life, and your career stability as well. Whenever the fourth house gets affected, many things in your house change. Many things in your heart space change. It's like a altogether a great transformation that is going to happen within your career and within your comfortable self. So that's why this becomes a very important transit. Rahu Ketu, simply, I would just tell you that how does their transit work? Wherever Rahu Ketu is going to transit, you are going to experience a major transformation in those areas and those two houses. Ketu basically detaches you. Ketu's result coming into any house means you are going to feel dissatisfied towards that house. You're first going to obsess yourself to that house so much that you end up getting dissatisfied and understanding what is the true boundary or true self of that house. Rahu, on the other hand, is going to make you first neglect or be confused about that area, and then it is going to dive you deeper into an obsessive state towards that area. So that's the magic of Rahu Ketu. They play with you like they play with attachment and detachment. So let's just quickly get on to the chart so that we better understand how this is going to affect you people. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here. Right. So here, now, if you are a Scorpio rising, that means your Rahu is going to transit here. At the same time, you will have Saturn in your fifth house. So that also has a lot of, things to say. Now we have Ketu in the 10th house. So I'm not going to go into the meanings of what Rahu specifically does in Aquarius and what Ketu does specifically in the Leo, because I've already done a proper video on that. But here I'm going to give an overview about how it is going to help or how it is going to behave by being in the 4th house with same placement. Okay, so for a Scorpio rising, Rahu coming into the 4th house. 4th house is the house of your mother. 4th house is the house of your happiness. It is also the house of your motherhood for women or even for man. Even a man also behaves like a parent, right? So that's the parenthood, basically, the 4th house. The 5th house is the house of children and how your connection develops over time with children. But 4th house is your first initial connection. Like the initial connection of a woman is with the child when that child is in the womb, right? So that's why this house also represents womb. This basically also represents your personal space. It is known as the house which is the pillar of your chart. It is the foundation of your life. It is about stability. It is about your emotions. Just a second. There's a problem with my writing board. I don't know why it just switches off in between because of the extension. Just give me 1 second to just mend it out. Yeah, now it's right. Okay, so it is about your emotions, your heart space, and there's a word in Hindi we call it as niyat. एक इंसान के अंदरूनी नियत क्या है? That is, the 4th house. What are your intentions? Are they pure, or they are about being fair? They are about being helpful. They are being about manipulative. That is the 4th house. Okay, so 4th house is a lot of things. It is also about your home and the structure of your home. When any transit is happening from going from the home, things like moving away from your home or buying a new property, getting a new home, renovating your own space, renovating a new home, all of these things happen because that is about the activation of that particular house. Now, Rahu coming into the 4th house in the sign of Aquarius, this means that you will suddenly start developing an energy within your heart space where you would want to help people with your emotional understanding, right? You would want to help masses, you would want to be helpful towards people, but at the other end you will also be extra cautious with your own emotions. It's like a person who's on a mission to work for the betterment of the society using psychology, psychological studies, using astrology, using occult sciences, deep studies of psychology, who is trying to heal other people, but also they have something of their own attached to such a situation. So this is also valid. This is valid in career, right? This is also valid in personal space or in a personal life of a person. Like you are going to be very well concerned of all the people who are around you. You want to take care of them. You want to take care of them emotionally, but you also want to feed your emotions. You want to feed yourself with good amount of emotions. You want to feed and fulfill your expectations also. This is something you'll be extra cautious about. See, when Rahu comes into the moksha houses, that is the most transformative time you're going to experience. That is the time when you look for answers. That is the time when you connect with your inner self. That is the time when you would want to do the deep research, because Rahu makes you obsessed about that deep research. So Rahu coming into the fourth house is acknowledging, is making you acknowledge your emotions, making you acknowledge about your comforts. Like Scorpio people, I won't say they're not aware of where their comforts lie, but I have seen so many Scorpions who, keep quiet for the sake of other people, who they're not they it's not that they're secretive, but their circumstances are that way that they have to be secretive. They have to hide their emotions, they have to hide their expectations. So this is the time when your expectations will be over the top and you are going to start acknowledging them. So acknowledging them is going to be a journey for you. It is going to be a journey full of disappointments, it is going to be a journey full of dissatisfaction. But this Rahu is going to make you rebel against other people when it comes to your emotions. You will be like that, I want that my things and my desires now come at my priority list and at number one. If no one else is going to think about me like this, I am going to myself think about that. And also considering the fact that the Lord of the fourth house in the transit is going into the fifth house, and it is particularly in the sign of Pisces, that means that for now, Saturn is also trying to teach you a lesson with your fairy tales, with your assumptions. Saturn wants you to see the reality. And even this Rahu wants you to rebel for the sake of your own comforts and is trying to make you a little bit selfish also. So, this Rahu is going to create a lot of obstacles or a lot of situations which are going to lead you towards that path, basically. Okay, this Rahu can change your residence. This Rahu can take you away from your homeland. It definitely it definitely is going to first bring in instability in your life. And this instability can also come in your mother's life, because I also see with Rahu in the fourth house, see, this might not be valid for everyone, right? Because you have to see your moon placement, you have to see your fourth lord, like Saturn's original placement, you have to see your Mahadasha, Antardasha, but this can also affect the health of your mother. So Rahu coming into the fourth house either takes you away from your homeland, takes you away from your mother, or it can give health issues to your mother, where she is, जैसे we say that karma bhog rahe hain, right? So she is taking on that karma. She is, she is fulfilling her own karma in her life. So this is indicating that. Now, Rahu being in the fourth house also implements that this is a very, very scientific placement, very, very scientific placement. So, Scorpions would want to indulge into scientific studies, whether it is astrology or it is numerology or it is anything else. But they want to be involved into scientific knowledge. They want to accumulate scientific knowledge and take it forward as a part of their research. Now, this, if you are a person who is into technical researches, who is a doctor, who is a surgeon, or who is into IT profession, this is a very research oriented time for you. This period of Rahu and Ketu transit in your fourth and 10th house is going to affect your career significantly. This is the time when you are going to research and enhance your skills so as to follow your passion. I won't say that you'll start, like, on this time, you will just start. Like, suddenly, you'll switch your job, you'll switch your career, you'll start doing something else. No, this is the time for you to plan out. This is the time for you to prepare yourself. And by the end of this transit, you can career. A significant change can be like total shift of your um, career line, or it could even be that in the similar line you are taking a total shift in your authority, in your skills, in your credibility, in the field, in the line of the field, anything like that. But there definitely is going to be a 360-degree change in your residence and in your career. And definitely because of Ketu, now let's talk about Ketu in the 10th house. Something in your life is going to happen in regards of your recognition and in regards of your career, that you will start feeling very dissatisfied about the current situation of your career. You'll be like that right now, my career, and even though everything is fine, you'll be like that something is off. I need to keep working on, I need to enhance something. So there is going to be a feeling of emptiness. And since this Ketu is in the sign of Leo, there are two extremes in the 10th house. Either you are going to just detach from the authority, you are going to be like that no one can command me, no one can put an authority on me, so I'm going to lash out, or I'm going to slash out anyone who puts an authority on me. So you become aggressive. Or it could be that you just choose to not take the orders from anyone else and rather be the one of the authority, or be the one who is an authoritative level. So you will start working towards that. Like, for example, maybe you are a lawyer. Now you would want to give the exams of judge, right? Judiciary. For example, you have been into a certain line, like for example, you have been into job. Now you would want to go into, you know, into your independent business, independent work. That is because you feel that urge that you are just finding yourself, you're finding your confidence, you're finding your creativity through your career and through your encounter with authorities. That is what it shows. It also shows that there is going to be some riftness, some complications with the government, and because of that, you'll be like, for example, you are trying to get a loan sanctioned for a particular project from the government, and you are like, and they are not giving you the allowance, they are not giving you that the loan that you require. They're not just giving you the stuff you want. Now this is the time when you will be like that, let them do whatever they are doing. If they're not valuing my skills, I'm going to open something of myself. It's like a person who wants to teach in an institution, and they are not giving them giving them the ample amount of space and freedom to do that. This person is going to be like, I'll research on my own, and I'll do all the shenanigans that I need to do, all the formalities that I need to do, so as to open my own institute. And I'll open my own institute, or I'll open an application, so which is going to help me with that. So this is the kind of situation I'm trying to say that is going to happen, right? So the sole focus has to be on your home environment and your career. But by the end of this time, you will feel, or you will see, that the way you connect with people emotionally, the way you put out your emotions, or you act upon your emotions, that is going to change significantly. You are going to intensify and feel deep set of emotions in that way, that now you will be like, by the end of this transit, you will be like, now I need to change. Cannot be the same pattern I have to go through, or I have to let people take my advantage, so I have to change. That is the situation which you are going to experience. So the authority, the emotions, all of them are going to juggle around, and you are going to juggle in between them. Okay, so that is going to be the situation. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the 10th house, although I did, have explained the situations which can arise here. But 10th house is about one's career. So it is not, see, 10th house is not about your income. So 10th house, Ketu's transit in the 10th house does not show that your income is going to suffer or you're going to be jobless. it doesn't show that. Second house Ketu's transit might show that, but not 10th house. 10th house is like that you look for alternatives. Whenever Ketu is in the 10th house, you always look for alternatives, right? So if it comes into transit, it means that you are looking for an alternative job, you're looking for an alternative profession. Okay, so Ketu is about alternativeness or second opinions, all of these things. So 10th house is about your career. It's about your authorities that also, all the kind of authorities you deal with. It is the house of government. It is the house of your public image. So, you hardly care about your public image during this time. But, one thing is there with the, Ketu's transit, that Ketu, wherever it transit, or wherever it is in the D1 chart, this gives you unasked recognition and unasked blessings. Ketu in the 10th house can give you fame, especially when it is in the sign of Leo. It can give you the Purva Punya Bhava, your past life good deeds in the form of fame and recognition, that to unasked recognition. You'll hardly care about that, and that is the moment you're going to get it all. You are hardly going to care about the career at some point, and that is the time when your career is going to fall back into place. So that is the situation that happens with Ketu. Okay, so Ketu being in Leo, it also makes you juggle with your confidence, juggle with your aggression, with your reactions. You can be highly reactive with this Rahu and Ketu placement. So for Scorpions, either your moon or your ascendant, I would suggest you to be very careful with your emotional reactions or your reactions which are triggered because of emotions. Okay, so let's move on to the aspects quickly. So Rahu has fifth and ninth aspect. So fifth aspect is on the eighth house. Ninth aspect is going to be on the 12th house. So when fifth aspect of Rahu goes into the eighth house, again, this shows that you're going to learn about deeper knowledge. You're going to learn about your ancestors. You're going to learn about scientific researches. And also, it shows that you are going to go into speculation at this time. So you might be investing into shares, but specifically with the placement of fourth and fifth, and fourth and eighth, and also with fifth, it talks more about shares, crypto. It talks about day trading, lots of speculative things, speculative gains. But I definitely would suggest you, with Saturn in the fifth house, I won't ask you to go for quick profits or go into shares, because I have seen people getting profits in the initial stage, but then they get that that significant amount of losses as well, and then they regret making being greedy about the profits. Also, this can be a situation where you can get unexpected gains, unexpected financial gains also, and unexpected expenses. This is going to be the time, because of the fifth aspect and the ninth aspect on the moksha houses. Then you will feel that I want to spend. I want to spend just to make myself happy. So maybe you are taking on a trip just so as to relax your mind. You are buying certain kind of clothes, or you're just doing some expenditure on your self grooming. That is the situation. Suppose you think that I'm going to be happy when I get a car. You are going and buying a car, so you are taking on a significant expenditure from the ninth aspect of Rahu going into the 12th house, and also the fifth aspect of Rahu in the eighth house. So that is about, you're learning about how to invest your money, how to invest into certain scenarios, or this is also how you are going to guide other people also, because at the same time you are going to have Jupiter in the eighth house. So it also talks about creation of fixed assets. It also talks about counseling people, advising them with these deep researches about shares, about properties, about property, real estate investment, all of these things. This is also a time you might also get a home or a property for yourself. That's why the 12th house is also activated, because it is showing a great expense, a major expense, or altogether you are going to shift your residence. You might also shift your residence at a very distant space, very different, distant place, like going overseas. That's why the ninth aspect of Rahu is going into the 12th house. But you know what? Ninth aspect of Rahu talks about your lessons, your very unorthodox or unconventional lessons. So you start becoming very unorthodox and unconventional about that area. So when ninth aspect of Rahu goes into the 12th house, that means you become quite innovative with your ideas. You go for innovative changes, innovative imagination. You go for out of the box imagination. But this also means there is a need to balance your sleep and your creative self. There is a balance that you need to set up in a routine for, having a good health and also having a creative mind. This is the time that calls for meditation for you. This meditation will be out of the box, like you are painting for meditation, you're dancing for meditation, or you are trying to solve you're trying to solve mysteries for as a part of your meditation. That is the kind of stuff this creates. Okay, especially with Rahu being in the sign of Aquarius and then throwing its ninth aspect on the 12th house. So that's crazy combination, but that does have some unconventionalness with it. Also, this can create sexual relationships in your life. Definitely, it can give you sexual encounter, and especially out of the marriage if you are married. If you are unmarried, it could even be with a married woman or married man. This is something that I have seen happening for many people when such an alignment is caused with the 12th house at the same time. Fourth house is getting activated, fifth house is getting activated, eighth house is getting activated. So, this can create sexual tensions, sexual relationships, and that too, which are little unconventional. Or it could even be that you're getting interacted or in a romantic encounter with a foreign person, with a person of foreign culture, or even just a foreign person altogether. Okay, so that is the situation you can see with the aspects of Rahu. Now, aspects of Ketu. So Ketu's aspect, fifth aspect is on the second house. Ninth aspect is going to be here in the sixth house. First of all, Ketu shows that this time can be good for your finances, but first, it is going to make you dissatisfied with your finances. It is going to give you that some sort of halchal between your finances and your debts. There can be a situation where you will be like, I have to pay off my debts, but at the same time, I want to follow my passion. I need to get my money, but at the same time, I need to get, certain kind of authority. So this is a kind of confusing situation this Ketu will put you in. So Ketu would want you to do deep research with philosophy and with higher understanding of finances, higher understanding. Just a second, I'm feeling a bit cold. The higher understanding of the family values. This is the time you would also have to follow family traditions, because Ketu's fifth aspect is in the second house on the sign of Sagittarius. This could even initiate a big fight or warlike situation, either for the finances, for the assets of the family, or within the family environment. Okay, it can make you, and for this, it will eventually, at the end, it will make you develop a very philosophical approach towards your family and family life. This can give you blunt communication, brutally honest, and that can lead you towards conflicts, which is the ninth aspect on the sixth house, activating the sixth house. Somehow you will feel lucky that at the point when you are required of money, or at the point when you are, you are required to pay off some debt, automatically from somewhere money is going to come in and you are going to be able to give that debt. That's the magic of ninth aspect of Ketu. Okay, but this is a very, very competitive time. You're going to look for competition, you're going to fight and give the answers to to your competitors, to your enemies. You're going to work with your daily life, you are going to set up your routine. You will have to change your routine and get in tune with your routine and your nutrition. This can even be a time where you'll adopt certain measures of sattvic eating patterns and stuff like that. And this is going to happen because first you're going to obsess with that, rajasic eating patterns, like having alcohol, having addictive substances, having meat, chicken, all of those things all together. But then you're going to lead yourself towards understanding that what is actually required to balance your health. Nothing excess should be there so as to get your health into a bad situation. But definitely this Ketu's aspect works around with your finances, career. It is going to make you, give you that scenario where you're going to look for alternatives. You're looking for competition. You're trying to compete with someone when it comes to the salary, when it comes to paying off the debts, or you'll have to fight a battle because of the sixth house activation. You have to fight a battle for the money, for the profit sharing, for your rights and all of that. So that is the kind of a situation that this is going to make. Now let's quickly jump on to the planets. So the very first one is going to be the sun. So sun will be the lord of your 10th house. If it is in the fourth house, that is going to initiate the change in your career, but it also will give you a scenario where you will become overly dominating within your house situation. This is going to transform your confidence and your confident self within the home. So it can give you ego battles with your mother, with your father. It can even give you ego battles with the authorities, with the government, with your bosses. And this is the time when you would want to, you would feel amplified, like an explosion is happening with your ego and self-esteem. And you'll be like, no one can say me, tell me what to do. No one can tell me what I am. I am who I am. That kind of energy it makes. But also this works very, very well in transforming one's confidence, specifically when it is about the sign of Aquarius. This Rahu is definitely going to change your confidence, change your self-esteem. All the challenges, all of the obstacles are going to work towards your growth, your personal growth with your authority. But trust me, if you have a business, be very careful with your decisions. Otherwise, it can give you a major complication with your business or the stability of your business. So, definitely, it is going to turn things around, turn tables around, and only after that, you will be able to achieve the agenda of Rahu coming over Sun. Now, sun, if that is in the 10th house, 10th lord is in the 10th house, Ketu is coming over it. Somehow, for some reason, you will feel embarrassed, you will feel low on confidence because of a certain situation. Be very careful with your presence. Try to be in your own space for this while. I won't ask for much of interaction with people because sun, in the 10th house, in the sign of Leo, and Ketu coming over it, it's like a dark spot on sun, right? Even Rahu is the dark spot on sun. So it works with, it gives a kind of dhabba on the image. It gives a kind of black spot on the image that you'll have to clean later on. So that is a kind of situation this can create, the transit coming over sun. It can give you disturbance within the mornings. You can have very lazy and lethargic mornings. And, especially this happens when Rahu gets connected with sun. You become extremely lazy, you become lethargic, you don't feel that active and energy, especially during the daytime till the sun is up there. And as soon as the sun starts coming down, you start coming back into your space, that if your moon is all into a good placement, right? So that is also there. Sun in the 10th house, then Ketu is coming over it. It can give you challenges with your father. It can even detach you, take you away from your father, or it can give you health issues. Give health issues to your father. It basically, sun is the immunity, sun is your hair growth. So Ketu can also challenge these things. Sun is your eyesight also. Ketu can even challenge that. It can get the operation for your cataract, or it can get you good for get the laser operation for your eyes, so as to get rid of the specs and the glasses. Okay. So next we have moon. So if moon is in your fourth house, that's your ninth lord. Again, moon, Rahu coming over moon, you have just been through the peak phase of Sadhasati. You have the last phase of your Sadhasati. Definitely that has been troublesome for you, for your home space, for your peace of mind, and for your mother specifically. So this is a complicated situation for your mother and her health, and even I would say for the father, but specifically for the mother, because moon is also the significator of mother. This is the time when you're going to acknowledge your emotions. Your emotions are going to be so much, so the pot is going to be totally full, and even I would say it is going to be overflowing, like the sign of Aquarius. It's like the water bearer. You have been bearing so much, and Rahu is now overflowing that water is, it's not the soma, but it's the kind of trauma that you have had on the inside. Now Rahu is going to be like that, enough of the trauma, now I'm going to get out of it. Now I have to rebel from the situation so as to get out of it, because this is not what I deserve. This is not where I should live, where I should be in situation. So it's a very, very rebel situation. But on the other hand, if we talk about career, if we talk about ideas, if we talk about innovation, this is an excellent placement for a person who will have innovative ideas and is going to work upon that. Now, if moon is going to be in your 10th house, so your ninth lord is coming into your 10th house. So it's like a fortunate placement for the finances of your father. It's a fortunate placement for the finances, the division of your father's assets. So this can be a situation where your father's assets is getting, divided. Ketu is coming over moon in the sign of Leo. Definitely it is going to bring in some sort of inheritance issues that you'll have to deal with. Moon is the home for you. Moon is the home space. It is going to get split because of Ketu, or it will make you travel at a distance, because of which you will feel detached from the home space. It also means that you will feel emotionally detached from your career, and you will have a major transformation when it comes to your emotions, the way you connect emotionally with your career, the way you connect with people you meet, the way you connect with people you love. Absolutely, that is going to change. That is going to actually be the catalyst for you to go into spiritual awakening, to go towards spiritual self of yours. So all of these things are going to help you. They're going to act as the catalyst for your spiritual growth. Okay. So next we have Jupiter. So if you have Jupiter in the fourth house, that is the lord of your second and your fifth house, this can call for pregnancy. And I think I forgot to tell this in the very initial stage, that for Scorpio people, especially females, this is showing me pregnancy. But this is also showing me that there can be a bit of complications. So it's better that before even you get pregnant, or in the initial stage of pregnancy, take very good care of your health. How do you can do that? Have a perfect routine. Trust me on this. This is something I've done on my own. The moment I realized that I was pregnant, I just got my routine at a very, very strict routine, and a very healthy one too. And I remember having so much energy at the time I was pregnant. Like, I felt like a new me, and that's very different. I'm back to my old self, which is a lazier person. But then, when I had a very good routine, it helped so much with my pregnancy. Trust me, it helped with a healthy pregnancy, to be honest, touch wood. Right? So just concentrate on yourself. See, this Rahu is showing that you will have to be selfish because of the circumstances. And I would say this is your opportunity to become selfish, because this is the time you think about yourself. Because if you think about yourself, you're going to think about your baby, as a result. So that is something you should do for your child, for your children. So this can initiate pregnancy. This can even initiate a love marriage, because it is the activation of the fifth house altogether with the second and the fourth house, right? So it's like when fourth house gets activated, it fulfills your desires, your emotional desires, right? So that's why it indicates that as well. So it also shows that you will get the opportunity to work from home. Maybe you will get foreign opportunities to work from home, or you will get the opportunities to make people learn, to teach people unconventionally or about unconventional or unorthodox subjects. Okay, so Jupiter being in the 10th house, the second and fifth lord in the 10th house, then Ketu coming over it. It is exactly opposite, as in it will make you work really hard towards a love encounter, and like really, really hard. It can even detach you from this love encounter or from the romance, because it will feel like that you'll have to struggle a lot. You will have to work a lot harder towards fulfilling this romantic situation. That's why you will feel that this is the time for me to detach from this materialistic side, to detach from this Maya. Okay, this also talks about you sacrificing something for the welfare of the society or welfare of others or a specific person. Okay, this also shows that you might get an unasked help from a mentor or mentor like figure, a guru like figure, who is an authoritative space. You might get help from them for some reason. But Jupiter and Ketu in the 10th house, this is a crucial placement. It can detach you from someone elderly one in your family. It can give it can make you even lose someone or even lose your career, just so as to make you grow or lead you towards another path which is meant for you. Okay, so that's with Jupiter. Now we have Mars. So, with Mars being in the fourth house, it is the lord of the sixth house and it is the lord of the first house. So, first and sixth lords are coming into the fourth house. That means this is the time for your self transformation. There can be fights where you would have to adjust, because when Rahu comes over Mars, you will have to adjust your energy, right? You will have to. You do have that dominating nature, you do have that forceful nature, but at the other end, you also have fears attached to your authority, to your dominance. So it's like a dominance which is on the above, but inside, deep inside, it is shallow. Right. So that is a situation which may arise, but it talks about fights within your home. It talks about, you ghosting someone because you are feeling very dominated about the from the other person, or you're not just feeling good about it. So it's like you trying to show that yes, I am there, I'm giving the support, I'm giving the provision, but internally you are not there. That is a kind of a situation I see. But sixth lord coming into the fourth house, definitely conflicts are coming into you're feeling conflicted on the inside with your heart space. That is the situation there, with Mars being the lord of the first and the sixth house, going into the 10th house, Ketu coming over it, very, very highly competitive situation. You have struggled with your career. Now you want to have alternatives with your career. You want to have something change within your career. You are not satisfied, but you want to have a, you want to work and act upon certain confusions within your career and certain decisions within your career. So that's what is going to take all your energy. Mars being in the sign of Leo in the 10th house, you have been lazy with acting upon, acting up, initiating certain things within your career. Now, this Ketu will want you to initiate those things, but it would also want you to not expect the results beforehand. If you do not expect the result beforehand, you may get very unasked recognition and gains. But if you start pre-planning and expecting a lot of results, then you might not get them. That's the catch with Ketu. That's the loop Ketu stucks you in. Okay. So it could even give you fights with your elder siblings or someone at an elderly space within your family, with your relatives or something of that. So definitely with Mars, for Scorpio people, Rahu Ketu, any planet or out of these two coming over it, it gives complications within your relatives. It gives complication with the relatives as well. Okay, so next we have Venus. So if Venus is in the fourth house, it is the lord of your 12th and the seventh house. So seventh and 12th lord. Then Venus and Rahu coming over it. Definitely when I talked about a person having an affair out of marriage with a foreign spouse, foreign person, or a person who is foreign in culture or who is way from a distance, this is what I meant. Okay, this is the placement which is 100% going to show that. Or if you're unmarried, it just shows that you're going to, interact with a foreign person, with a person who is at a distance, but who is near to your home, or you meet them at your homeland, you meet them near your home and your home space, and then you start falling in love with them. That gets sexual, and that gets into that, both the sides, the romantic and also the materialistic side comes in. You want a stunning looking partner, you are desiring for a stunning looking partner, a partner good on papers, and you are going to get that. If you have this Venus placement, you definitely are going to get that. Okay, now we this also talks about typical, so many expenses on luxury or on self grooming, on changes. Like nowadays, the skincare is so much in, so that is also something it calls for. Now it can even give you loss of love. To be honest, it's like two-way situation. It can even give you loss of love or feeling that loss of love. That's why you're going to obsess about that love, right? It could even be that you lose one partner and you gain another partner simultaneously. Okay, when Venus suppose is in the 10th house, definitely this is a transformative time. With Rahu coming over Venus, with Ketu coming over Venus, both are transformative time. With Rahu, it's more, transformation is the way you connect, the way you romantically express yourself, and it is towards the growth. Like you express better, you become obsessive towards the romance, and you just indulge yourself into romance. When Ketu comes over it, it's like you detach yourself from the romance. You're like, it is there. Okay, I don't need to put efforts there. It is happening. It is, you take it for granted. But both the placements are going to activate. Both the placements are going to activate a relationship. They are going to activate marriage, in fact, as well, if your Mahadasha Antardasha is also promising that. Okay. So that is also the case here with Venus in the 10th house and Ketu there. You may experience problems with your authorities if they are specifically female. And especially, you have karma with female authorities. That's why you'll always get female authorities with Venus in Leo for a Scorpio ascendant. Mm. So these people do have strong karma with authoritative women, and that is why you're also going to experience a heartbreak. That maybe your partner is acting quite authoritative, quite bossy, and quite like, narcissist also, if that resonates with you. So that is why you're going to just detach yourself from that relationship, or they are going to feel that they deserve better and detach themselves from you. That is how you receive that heartbreak. Or it could even give you flashbacks towards your past relationships. You're going to start comparing your past relationships with the present one. That is also going to happen there. Okay, so it does give a strong karma with relationships, especially it is also your seventh lord, and it is also your 12th lord. So the loss factor is there, the imagination factor, the effect factor that is affecting your subconscious mind, that is there. Okay, now next we have Mercury. So with Mercury in the fourth house, Rahu coming over it, it can give you anxiety, it can give you panic attacks, but also it will make you dive deeper into communications. Communications and innovations related to communications and technology. You will introduce yourself to technical changes, technology, and new advanced technologies as well. This Mercury is the lord of your 11th house and the 8th house. You may also get unexpected gains from your homeland or from your home space or even from your mother. But intellectually, this is a not very good time because it, gives you anxiousness. It gives you consciousness, and it's like you become extra cautious with your decisions, with all the steps you take, right? It can give you secretive communications, and I would rather say if you have secretive communications that are going to help you with your recognition, if you talk about it, they are going to be a part of nazar, and they are not going to give you good results. Okay, so with Mercury being the 8th lord and the 11th lord, it's like you are gaining from a very disruptive and transformative situation. Okay, then Mercury in the 10th house. It is the lord of the 11th house and the 8th house. Major transformations when it's about your career. Major transformations. You're going to look for alternative jobs. You're going to look for alternative businesses. You're going to look for different things. You're going to feel anxious about your current job situation or career situation. And you're going to feel like this is getting over the top of my head. Now I have to get away from it. And even with Ketu, it gives anxiety, it gives panic attacks, it gives depression to an individual. And it also can be that you can be extra cautious of your image in the public. Okay, so it can also make you it can to some extent also show defame for an individual, like somebody is trying to defame you, a younger person, somebody is trying to, and even that could be one of your siblings, you know who is trying to do that. But this talks about major transformation in terms of personal relationships and your intellect, but definitely it is going to make you gain something when you least expect it. Okay. Also, take good care of your health because sudden changes can affect your health as well. Now, next is Saturn. So, if Saturn comes into your fourth house, if Saturn is in your fourth house and Rahu comes over it, right? So Saturn is the lord of your third house and your fourth house, and then Rahu is coming over it. It can make you travel, it can make you shift your residence, it can even make you pregnant. It can, you can go for pregnancy or you can experience parenthood, motherhood. It also talks about having a complicated situation with the mother, an extreme rebel situation with the mother. Okay. So this also talks about you just being a person who is very scientifically involved into subjects, into deep research, and also you are trying, this also talks about you keeping a nazar on someone, you keeping an eye on someone, you observing the patterns, you're observing so many things, that is going to be one of the parts of your maybe career or of your personal thing. But this definitely can bring in so much turbulence within your home space and your peace of mind. You can work for longer hours. It can suddenly take your job away. But on the other hand, give you better opportunity with Rahu. Okay. But it can definitely cause in explosive things for you suddenly, but also giving you something else better than it. But for the while, for a fraction of time, you are going to feel dissatisfied. You're going to feel like your world has turned upside around. That is the feeling it wants you to have. Now, if Saturn is in the 10th house, see, Saturn in Leo doesn't do very well. Then Ketu coming over it, it's like you will have to bow down now. You'll have to be honest with your service. You can no longer be political. You can no longer be like that. I can do things my own way, and everyone is going to appreciate me. That is not going to happen. For people, for Scorpions who have their businesses with Saturn in Leo in the 10th house, be very careful of your business situation. It can take you from rags to riches, or even it can take you from riches to rags. Especially this in this case, it is from riches to rags. So be very careful with your decisions. It's very, very important. Very important. And your social service is very important. Be truthful, be responsible, be fair with your decisions, with your actions, with your responsibilities. That's all it would require. Okay, now next we have Rahu and Ketu. So if Rahu is in Aquarius and Ketu is in Leo, this is a natal return for you. That means whatsoever I have discussed till the time I did not land to the planet situation, till the time when I said, now let's talk about the planet Sun. All of that is going to resonate with you, and you are going to experience all of it during this 18 months more intensely, more karmically. It's like that you have the taste of this particular transit already, sorry, this particular placement already. But this transit is activating and bringing in circumstances which is activating this particular placement into 100 more intensely, more deeply. Okay. And if we go towards reverse, if Ketu is in the fourth house, Rahu is in the 10th house, this is the time when you are not going to be like, I need to get myself perfect. I need to get myself into research, and only then I would go out and present my work in the public. No, now it's going to be more about you just showing the show. You are going to, put on a show, and you're going to gain your popularity from it in your work, in your personal life, in everything. You're going to take the stand now. Not going to feel shy. You are rather going to, you know, now take that authority and work upon that authority. And when Rahu is coming over Ketu in your fourth house, now you would not feel that see, Ketu in the fourth house, it's like you have not felt the need that you want to feel comfortable, you want to look for your own comforts. But now when Rahu is coming over it, you'll be like, I now need to see my own comforts. I now want to do certain things that can fulfill me, that can fulfill my stability. So it's like now you'll start thinking about yourself. Now you'll start putting yourself forward, and you will also speak for about it. You'll confront people who those who have not acknowledged your efforts, and who have not fulfilled your expectation. Now you are going to put them forward, and you're going to in the come forward with them in communication, that see, now this is what I wanted. Now you did not give that to me. Now I am going to get it for myself. But again, for this situation, definitely your relationship with your mother and father is going to get affected. your stability of life is going to get affected, and also your health of your mother and father both are at stake and are going to get affected, especially with the mother. Okay. So yeah, guys, that was all. That was what I had to share about this transit for the Scorpio ascendants. So I hope this gives you good insights. Remember, you need to know about your placement. See, transits may come and go, but if the Mahadasha is not promising that, if the Antar and Pratyantar Dasha is not promising such an event, it would just give a gist of its, situation. It would not give you that intense. But if it is also being activated in Antar, Pratyantar, or Mahadasha, then the effect is going to be 100%. Okay, so I hope this helps. See you next time. Bye bye. Take care.